Hi, it's Skip from Skip's Messy Workbench, and I thought it was time to get back onto the 66 Mustang. It's been a month since I worked on it. There was just a lot of other things going on. So I did some work on it this afternoon and made some progress. So I'm going to try to get it finished. I want to remind you that this 66 Mustang is a project that I'm using to test my skills and on things that I've never done before. You know, so like flocking and detailing a dashboard and just doing things that I've never done. And I'm using this Mustang because, one, it's a very easy kit, but also if I really mess it up, I don't care, all right, because it's a learning tool for me. So anyway, I'm going to thank you now for following along with me, and let's take a trip to the shop. We'll go right out that door and down to the shop. All right, see you there. Hi, and here we are in the shop. I'm working on the 66 Mustang again. It's been a long process, only because I haven't spent a lot of time in the shop lately. Anyway, I started detailing some of the interior. I've decided to do the seats. These are the front seats in a two-tone. The green matches the body color, and then the other is a Tamiya Desert Yellow, which is an XF59. So I got that, and I'm still not done detailing. I want to possibly do up in here. There's some detail which I'm not sure you could see on the camera. There's some detail right in here that I want to try to make silverish or aluminum-ish. There's like a pattern. Again, I don't know if the camera will focus on it, but there's a pattern in there that I'd like to do, and then I'll put a little wash in there just to make it look a little more realistic and give it some depth. So on those, I did some detail work on the dashboard, and this was actually the first time I ever did a lot of detail work, and it was probably not a very good dashboard to use because the dashboard itself didn't have a lot of detail in it. So up close it doesn't look real good, but you know, like any dashboard, you don't see a lot of this once it's in the car. I had no decals or anything for the gauges, so I just used a small toothpick with a little bit of white paint on it to just put some markings in there. It's hard to see. I used a red Sharpie to do the gauge needles. But again, there wasn't a whole lot of detail on this dash, so I worked with what I had. So that's pretty much ready to go in. I started doing some detail work on the firewall. So I just started doing some rough painting on the firewall, and I'm nowhere near done on this. I want to do some of the wiring and some of the plumbing that's on this firewall. So I'll be doing that shortly. The interior firewall, or the interior front wall, where the radiator gets mounted, I drilled a couple of holes in here so that I can put a battery holder in. And I think I said this in one of my other videos that the battery had little tabs on it that was supposed to mount to this wall. Well, they snapped off pretty quickly, so I made a small shelf for a battery holder and put some pins on it, and I'll just connect this to that wall, and then I can set the battery on that shelf like a battery holder should. And because I'm using this 66 to experiment with things that I haven't done before, and to do things that, you know, I want to try. I'm also going to try to put the battery strap on it, and I'm going to probably have to scratch build that. I know I'm going to have to scratch build that, but I'm going to give it a try. I mean, why not? If I screw it up, so what? This, like I said, this is my experimental model. So I'll be doing that. I have just taped up the tub because I want to spray the green on it. And that green, by the way, is a Tamiya XF70 dark green. And I'll be doing the back seats to match the front. And I'm going to also do this piece of the side panels. This is actually taped already because I've never flocked before. So I'm going to try flocking on this. And the flocking I'm going to be using is this stuff right here. This is a bisque tan. I got this from the model car garage. So I'm going to be trying it, and I thought this tan would go pretty good with the desert sand. So we'll see. We'll see how it is. Like I said, I've never done flocking before. I'm going to give it a shot. I have nothing to lose. So anyway, that's about it. All the body parts have been painted, and I had a problem doing the interior roof of the body. I used some Tamiya White X2, and when I first did the painting on it, it looked great. And then as it started to set up, it started to, like, I don't know, it almost looks like it was puddling, almost like the surface would have been like oily, but it wasn't. I had primed it and sanded it, and then I tried to spread it around with a brush, and well, that was a disaster. But I have an idea for this that I'm going to try, and a couple of my subscribers also mentioned this. I'm gonna try putting. I'm actually going to glue actual cloth or something that looks like cloth in here. Again, my experimental model car. So I'm going to be trying that. I'd like to, you know, this is not the first time I had a problem with this Tamiya White. I had a problem with it on a previous model too. So I don't know if it's the paint itself or if it's the painter. I lean more toward the painter. So, because I'm also new at painting with an airbrush and stuff, so, but you know, I think for my beginners, it's getting not too bad. So there's some marks on this body, but nothing drastic, nothing that I would be afraid of or wanting to change. The other thing that I'm going to be doing on this is bare metal foil. Now, I don't currently have any bare metal foil. However, I did something to experiment using some tin foil that I get at the dollar store. It's actually very, very thin. And yeah, you don't have as many choices with tin foil as you do with bare metal foil as far as the different colors of chromes or aluminums. All right, but I got a shiny side and you got a dull side. I'm just, again, experimenting. And I had this old 40 Ford, and you could see, boy, this was a disaster because I built this back in around 1965, so I was probably 10 or 11 years old, you know, back when they still carried bumpers on the roof. So anyway, I already did some of the bare metal foil with the aluminum foil right here and right here, and it's been on there for quite a while, so it's going to stay there, I hope. And what I use is for glue is I use this Elmer's washable school glue. It comes in a stick. It comes in a stick like this, and I just spread it on the aluminum foil, and then I put the aluminum on the model just like you do the bare metal foil. So I've got the hood from the 40 Ford, and I'll do a video about when I do this to show you how I do it. But I'll be doing this center piece, and I'm also going to do the side chromes here, because this is another one that if I screw it up, I don't really care. Because, like I said, I built this back in around 1965, maybe 66, and it was hand painted, because who had spray paints back then? My dad bought me the paint, but he wasn't wanting me to spray yet. So anyway, I'll be using this hood from this 40 Ford to do that. All right, I think that's about it. Now I'm about ready to do this spray in here, and I'll be back again either later in this video or in another one to show you this finished product. All right, hey, thanks for hanging in there, and I'll see you in the next video. I'll do another one. All right, so we'll see you then. So long. I want to thank you all for watching, and if you like what you saw, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, you can give it a thumbs down, but you know, I would prefer a thumbs up. And do me a favor, if you really liked it, smack that subscribe button. And if you want to be notified when I release new videos, give that bell a ring and set it to all. I don't release a lot of videos, so I won't be bugging you that much. Anyway, thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.